Today we are at the University of Florida asking students which political figures they think that these 4 mansions belong to.
But what happens when students find out that these 4 mansions, adding up to $3.2 million, all belong to BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors? Does this make them more hesitant to support the organization?
Let's find out.
So I have a series of photos of mansions that I want to show you.
And then you're going to guess which political figure owns it.
So the first one, this one is going for $415,000. Who do you think owns this?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch
Okay.
McConnell.
There's this one going for about $600,000.
Oh, that looks like California. With some people from California. Nancy Pelosi is the only one I could think of.
Pelosi.
I guess so, Pelosi.
Yeah.
This next one is $800,000. Who do you think owns this one?
Oh, 800,000? That's ridiculous. No, but I'll say Obama.
Hillary. I'll go with Hillary too.
$1.4 million. This one's in Malibu. Who do you think owns this one?
Trump.
Let's go with Charlie Kirk.
I changed my answer. Ben Shapiro.
So the total amount of all these homes is $3.2 million. What if I told you that one person owned all 4 mansions?
I should have seen that coming.
What would your guess be then of that person who owns all 4? Again, $3.2 million in luxury homes.
Hillary Clinton?
I feel like, I don't know, that's like, for people to own multiple, that's like a Trump vibe.
Obama.
Do you think that this person would have benefited greatly from capitalism?
Yeah, it looks like they're doing pretty good.
Yes, I think so.
I would probably say so, yes.
I'd say so too. It's not that necessary.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money.
What if I were to tell you that all 4...
So hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasir, and this is what we have on tap for you today, folks. What really surprised me was, you think that every time you do these videos, you always see the students, the first name they jump to is Trump. It's like attack Trump bad, orange man bad, right? I mean, every single thing they attribute, anything that they in their social justice warrior minds or virtue signaling minds, their woke minds, they attribute it to Trump right away. And then they're told that it was somebody else. So what's really surprised me was the fact that very few of these kids put Trump out there first. I mean, it was Hillary, it was Obama, it was Pelosi, it was people on the Democratic side. Even that one kid said, oh, that looks like California, Pelosi. I think one person in the beginning said, McConnell or whatever. And the one girl over there, she was like saying, oh, 800,000, that's ridiculous for a house, okay? I mean, total leftist thinking, socialist thinking or whatever. That if this girl here had the kind of money, she'd go out there and buy that type of property, right? Just virtue signaling. Anyways, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens when they basically tell them, who this house really belongs to. So let's go and see what these kids have to say when they find out that it was actually the BLM, the creator of BLM.
These homes were owned by...
BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors.
Wow.
Does that surprise you?
Yes, I'm surprised. I'm surprised too.
Wow. Very interesting.
I didn't know that.
Then I would wonder how she's making all that money. Like, I don't know what BLM is selling, but wow, she's doing pretty well for herself.
Oh, really? Damn. To own that many houses that are amounted to such a big number of money, you have to have a really big source of income. It's like, where is that income coming from?
Yeah, it does surprise me. You would have never thought that someone in that position could be able to hold that much money. An activist, like same as her, wouldn't be able to have that much money.
In a recent interview, she called capitalism tragic.
I really have understood this moment while the COVID-19 and the illness is tragic. What's more tragic is capitalism.
Do you think that's hypocritical at all?
I might say slightly so, yes.
It's a bit.
Slightly so? You might say slightly so? What these kids, you want to parse their words. That guy's probably going to be a lawyer, right? An attorney. Slightly so?
Hypocritical due to the fact she owns all these houses. Like, I would want to know how she got this money.
Yeah, that's kind of ironic. Like really erotic.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, she's definitely benefiting from it because, like, you got 4 houses and you're vibing. It's a little different, so.
It's not that necessary, and she's sort of preaching against this sort of thing. So, I mean, yeah.
Unless she doesn't like owning 4 homes, which I find hard to imagine, I think that, yeah, it's a little hypocritical because capitalism is kind of paying for her lifestyle.
The mother, Breonna Taylor, recently came out and called the Black Lives Matter organization a fraud. The family of Michael Brown and a New York leader of the Black Lives Matter organization is calling for an investigation to see where this $3.2 million came from. Knowing all of this, seeing her luxury estates, does this make you guys, I guess, less inclined to donate to the organization or more hesitant to support it?
Definitely more hesitant if you're unsure about where the money is coming from, if they're asking for so much donations.
Based on, like, the fact that she is bashing capitalism and then also seems to be benefiting from it, yeah, I would probably be a little more hesitant.
I have seen that what's also striking here in this video, I don't know if these kids have sort of, mellowed out a little bit or whatever, but I think in the face of just that unbelievable amount of money, I don't think there's any other conclusion that these kids can come to. Although sometimes, you see kids, their mental gymnastics are running through their heads, how can we spin this in a way that, makes it look good or whatever. But for the most part here, except for just a couple of those answers, it does seem that these kids are, actually shocked that this is going on, as if it could never, ever happen. All right. I mean, if this had been, something happening with Trump, they probably would have known about it, or an allegation, they would have just, come up with it, right away. But because it's BLM, they don't have a clue until this was basically shown to them. And then the quote, where she basically says, capitalism is bad. So for these kids to basically say, absolutely, I don't know how much these kids would donate anyways, on their students, obviously. But whatever amounts of money that they felt that they could part with, they certainly are basically coming out and saying that, hey, absolutely, it would be very hard to support this institution now, knowing until we know, what the hell is really going on. Where is that money going to? So I have to applaud these kids in this segment, in this one here. They're pretty rational, almost conservative, I would say.
Yeah, that's sort of something that she needs to be held accountable for, I guess.
I would always, before I donate to anything, I'd want to see where the money's going.
Definitely be more hesitant, and I would probably try to research more exactly where my money's going from and what it's being used for.
Yes, I think the organization, the movement is really important, but I think the organization, I've always been hesitant to support it. I wouldn't donate large sums of money. I think in the height of it, I did donate money to the Black Lives Matter organization, but I think now I wouldn't. I'd find other more direct or local support.
I think they should be open. I'm not going to donate to anybody who are not open about their finances.
Yeah. If I gave money to them now, I would think that it's going to, buy the next house for whoever, operates it.
So it just, again, goes to show you that bottom line is that when these kids are basically told, or whoever it is, that, look, here's what's actually happening. What are your thoughts? What would you do? Would you do it? Most of these kids, I said before, rational thought. So I have to admit, this was a little shocking on this video here, watching it. I really would have expected a little bit more pushback against the reporters to try to, say, hey, yeah, but you know what? How do you know? They could just be making this stuff up. She's not like that. I'd really have to know everything. I got to go investigate it for myself. Almost basically trying to make excuses. That's what I would have expected based on, other campus reform videos that are out there. But pleasantly surprised. I think maybe there's a chance for these young kids anyways. Maybe there's a chance for the future if these kids turn out to be, a little bit more on the conservative side. Or at least their thinking stays this way. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. Like, share, and follow us. Hit that subscription bell, notification bell as well. My final thought is, when you're right, you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.